If Martin is here, I would
sure.
Yeah, I would have one question to your contribution, because I found it interesting and I was sometimes thinking about it in my practice, that the dissolution of marriage or dissolution of cohabitation would be not connected with the judicial proceedings over the over the minors. It's quite interesting, I think, because sometimes the proceeding itself makes the problems worse and makes the family situation worse, the conflicts and so on. So maybe I want to ask you if you know about some intentions in this field on the level of legislators or in a something like that.
Yeah, sure. Well, there were intentions presented a year ago, if I'm not mistaken, to make the divorce easier, and the possibility to conclude a parental agreement in the form of, for example, notarial deed or something like that, and not coming to the court was also discussed. Well, but there is actually also amendment presented to be passed in by the legislator, but I don't think that it is possible currently that it will be really passed by Czech legislator. So I don't think that the change will happen in a year or two, but maybe next time after the next parliament might bring the issue again back, and then maybe it would be changed. Yeah, that's what I know about the situation as it currently stands. Maybe Zdenka, do you have any other information or news on that?
No, unfortunately not. But I would welcome this approach, but
yeah. And also, from my perspective, I would be maybe even more liberal, and I would not demand parents to make even an agreement as a notarial deed or something like that. I would leave that completely on them before the divorce. So if there is a problem and one of them feels that it is necessary to have a decision from the court, then let's start the procedure. But I personally think that it's not necessary to make that an obligatory issue before the divorce.
Yeah, I must say that I agree that this approach seems better for the families and even for the minors.
And well, and the outcome would most probably be that the judges would have more time for complicated cases than they have now, because they have to approve a very high number of parental agreements. They don't spend much time on that, but as far as it is a high number of cases, it took time. And well, it's not necessary, and well, they would have a possibility to bring their attention more to complicated cases, and maybe it would be much better for the practice.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I think that divorce law is quite complicated here, and normal, ordinary people don't understand why they should go twice to the courts.
Yeah,
and especially when they agree on everything. And may I ask you, all of you, what do you think about my questions? Is there a need for an amendment to the Czech Civil Code? I think yes. I think that cohabitation people living in de facto unions should be protected more, especially in the sphere of hereditary law and regarding family home. I think that the position of cohabitates is very weak, And for instance, regarding the book 4, obligations, simply I don't like the section 2279, if you understand what I'm speaking about. It's provided there consequences of the death of a lessee. It's very complicated, and the question is if the lessor should consent to the passage of the lease to the person. I didn't find any discussion on this topic in the commentaries, and I think what I said that this is a big problem, and cohabitees are protected less in comparison to the previous regulation. So family home, from my point of view, is the biggest problem at the moment. So if perhaps Martin would like to answer, or anybody from...
Yeah, well, I just have a brief comment that I completely agree with you. I think that the Czech law should definitely provide more protection to cohabitees and to take more attention to that, because, so many people are living in such stable relationships, and the law doesn't handle their situation sufficiently from my perspective. So yeah, and the lease contract, as you have been talking about, is a good example of what might be amended and made better suited to their situation, from my perspective.
Yeah, I would maybe shortly react. I prefer a lot of freedom to partners, whether they want to make their relationship official or not. They choose to not go into marriage. But I agree that there should be some protection, because there is a lot of cohabitations. Now it's even equal amount of people like in marriage, so we have really a lot of people living in a cohabitation, so there should be some basic protection for them, according to my opinion. And I think that the principles I named, that the approach to qualified cohabitation is the right one, that the protection shouldn't be granted to all cohabitations, but it should be granted to qualified, like a long term or with the minor children, because in other cases there we can presume that the people can take care of themselves after the dissolution. But if they are, for example, living together for a long time, or they have a minor children, then there can be one weak side which needs the protection and doesn't have it right now in a Czech law. So I agree on that. Okay, if somebody has some another topic to discussion or want to react to Professor Kraličková question, you can. And if not, I will close the discussion and I will make a short conclusion of the conference. I would like to thank everyone for your interesting contributions. I really enjoyed the conference, and I think it will be very good for even my work. All the contributions that were here today. I think that we can conclude that there are some important areas of rights and duties of cohabitants to discuss on international and also national level to regulate. I think that the question is how much to force partners which have chosen to not enter into marriage to be bound by some similar rules, just because of a factual state, the cohabitation itself. I think that the possibility to not be bound is an expression of a freedom on one hand, and the protection of a weak party and a fair expectation, or how to call the expectation with which the partners enters into a cohabitation, is on the other hand. And I think that the legislators must find the fair balance between these two important things: the freedom and also the protection, and the fact that many people with the children live in this cohabitation. So and that's how I would end this conference. So thank you very much. I would just like to remind that the organization information, that the writing contributions should be given up till 23rd of May. So this is just for organization information. And if you would have any questions on topics or for organization, don't hesitate to contact me, please. Okay, so thank you very much, and bye. Have a nice day.
Goodbye.
Thank you very
so
much.
much. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.